Do you suffer with mental health things? I do. If you do, you are in the right place today because we are going to talk about it, get into it, figure out some strategies to help us be better. Okay. Oh man. Okay. Yo, what's up? Welcome to my channel, Outside with Lonnie Shots. My name is Kalani, and if you are new here, I'm so happy you found me. And if you are returning, welcome back. If you've seen my videos from like a long time ago, you already know that I suffer with some mental health issues from depression, bipolar, and OCD. Not the kind of OCD where you just want to clean up everything and make everything tidy. Not that kind. I know for me, tell me if you guys go through a similar cycle. I will be doing great. Going to therapy, taking my medication, doing all the things that I know to do to help me to be good, happy, balanced, positive, peaceful Kalani, right? I'm doing those things. And then before you know it, my ego, my brain is like, girl, you don't need to do that stuff. You're good. You are good. You can do this on your own, right? And then I listen to that brain, and before you know it, I'm trying to drive myself off a cliff. And that's not good. Because then my husband wouldn't be happy, right? I don't want to make him sad. So, let's talk about some stuff. When you think of sports, everybody has some type of gear bag that they have with them. If you're a hiker, your bag is going to be different than someone who is a figure skater, right? Think about the different careers there are out there. If you are a surgeon, your tool bag, whatever it is you use, is going to be different than someone who is a plumber or someone who is a carpenter, right? Each profession, each sport carries the items that will be most beneficial to them. Timber! And that's what I want us to do. What is in your bag? What's in your toolkit? What do you use to help you to stay balanced and feeling good? Let's talk about it. Do you even know when you're not feeling balanced? Do you know what the signs are? Step one is to recognize those signs. For me, I know that I am a little off when the thoughts in my brain start to become a little spicy. So normally, the balanced Kalani, like, it's good. I let things roll right off my shoulders, like nothing bothers me. Oh, it's fine. I always have like a good reason for why somebody might have done something. When Kalani is not balanced, she gets really spicy. Really spicy. Not out loud, but in her brain. It starts there. It starts in her brain. And everything starts to bother me. Everybody starts to get on my nerves. And I'm criticizing everything that everybody does. That's one clue that I'm going downhill, right? And so for me, before I know it, that criticism that's just between my ears gets spoken out loud, and then quickly from there it gets turned right back on me, and my brain will start to tell me that I'm not good enough and I'm fat and maybe it's better if I wasn't here, and then I'm literally trying to find ways to drive off a cliff. That's how I know when I'm not doing well. How do you know when you're not doing well? Is it similar to some of the things I said, or are there different clues that let you know that, you know what, maybe I'm not doing well? When you're able to recognize the signs, that's good. It's good to have knowledge, but knowledge alone is useless. There has to be some type of action. You gotta take that knowledge and then you have to do something with it. So I got a little formula for you. Knowledge plus action equals results. Yay! That was a bug. You've gotten some knowledge because you've recognized the clues that help you know when you're not your best self. With that knowledge, now we're gonna take a little bit of action and we're gonna discover the things that make you feel good. Do you know what those things are? I feel like a lot of us go through life and we don't really know the things that make us feel good. And a lot of times we turn to vices to make us feel better. I know I did. Oh goodness. I used to drink so much. That's a whole nother story. If you want to hear about it, maybe we'll talk about it another time. But your girl is almost 2 years sober. Woohoo! Praise God. A lot of times we turn to all these other things because we don't really know what helps us to feel good. So, a long time ago when I was in therapy, I remember my therapist was like, let's think about 5 things that help you to feel good. And so I remember my list from all those years ago. And the first thing on my list was time in nature. And for me, like, you know, I have tattoos of mountains and trees and all that kind of stuff. For me, to be in nature is to be close with God. And so it's so important for me to spend some amount of time daily in nature. It's not always a long period of time, but on those days where I'm literally like getting out of the car and going into work, a lot of the times I will just stop before I even go in the door and I'll just like look up and I'll let the sun hit my face and I'll breathe in the air and I'll just listen to the birds and the wind blowing through the trees and just like take a moment to be grateful and thankful for this small piece of nature that's surrounding me. And that'll do it. And I feel good. I do. I love being outside. Anyway, I don't like bugs, but I love being outside. Okay. The second thing that I told my therapist was that journaling helped me. And when I was a kid, I remember my mom, I'm sure she got me my first diary, but I was always writing in my diary. And I've continued that. I'm 41 now, so I've been doing it for a long time. And for me, when I write in my journal, sometimes I just write about like the day and what happened. Other times when I'm really upset, I will write in my journal, and it allows all of those thoughts that are swirling around in my brain to like calm down, right? It gets it out of here, it gets it on paper, and something magically happens. It's like the moment it gets out of my head and on the paper, I look at what I've written, and 9 times out of 10, I'm like, it's not even as big of a deal as I thought it was. Like on paper, it seems silly, stupid, dumb to be upset about whatever it was that I was upset about. I don't know what it is about it being in my head that makes it feel so magnified. But getting it on paper helps to put it in perspective. Journaling. If you don't do it, you should try. Get you a cute notebook and a cute pen, okay? The third thing I spoke with my therapist about all those years ago was trying to keep a tidy place. I believe that there's some saying that your outside space is a reflection of your internal space. It might be the other way around. Your inside space, your inside is a reflection of your outer space. I don't know which way the saying goes. Either way, I feel like it's true. A lot of times if my space is cluttered or junky or not organized, my brain feels the exact same way. So it helps when it's a bug on me. Go. It helps when I keep a tidy place. The fourth thing I talked to my therapist about was reading. So I grew up with a love for reading. I started out reading like murder mystery books, And then when I got older, I switched to like self-help, because I was always trying to like fix myself and make myself better or change things that I thought weren't right with me. And with what I was telling my therapist, it was just me trying to get back to the love of reading that I had when I was a kid, which means like every day I try to spend like 5 or 10 minutes just reading some fiction book, right? Reading allows me to get out of my head and my world and get into somebody else's world, and I love it. I love it. Yeah. And you gotta have a real book, right? So you can turn the pages. Something about turning the pages. I guess I'm just old school, but ooh, the smell of the paper. Okay. And the 5th thing that I listed all those years ago was exercise. Doing some form of exercise every day. And that didn't mean that I needed to spend an hour or 2 hours in the gym. It meant like 15, 20 minutes of something where I'm moving my body, getting my heart rate up. I remember in that movie Legally Blonde, I can't remember if it's the first one or the second one, but Reese Witherspoon, yeah, she was like in law school and her sorority sister is on trial for killing her husband, and Reese is like,
Don't think Brooke could have done this. Exercise gives you endorphins. Endorphins make you happy. Happy people just don't shoot their husbands. They just don't.
and so I always remember that. So whether we know it or not, exercising, not only is it good for our body, but it's good for our brains. And I don't know, I feel like it helps your self-esteem too. Even if I don't necessarily look the way that I want in that particular moment, I know that I am showing myself love and respect in that moment when I'm working out. And I try to do it out of self-love, not out of like self-hate for my body. Anyway, that's a whole nother topic. Those were my 5 things way back in the day. They've changed a little bit. Still do the nature thing. I still journal. I still try to read every day. I've added therapy in there. It's really, really important that I go at least every 2 weeks. Or I try to. It's good to have that outlet to get all those thoughts out of your brain. Like I've already gotten them out of my brain and on paper, but then it's good to just like do a deep dive in it with my therapist. And also taking my medicine. Yeah, that's on my list. And I told myself this time around that whenever I'm like feeling really good, to remind myself that you're feeling good, yeah, because you're doing all the things, but also because you're taking that freaking medicine. So keep taking your medicine, girlfriend. Yeah. I gotta take my medicine. So you might not know what things you like to do, and that's okay. Think of this as like a cool little journey that you get to take to find out what it is that you like to do. That therapist a long time ago gave me this sheet of paper. It says 50 ways to take a break. I'll let you look at it. Take a screenshot. Right? And there's all these different things to do that could potentially like just make you feel just like a little bit better. If you don't know what your things are, randomly pick a few from this list and try them out. And that leads us to my little equation. Did I already tell you the equation? I can't remember. I've recorded this video like 2 times already. You got the knowledge. You know when you're not feeling good, right? So now you're gonna take some action. You're picking a few of the things on this list and you're gonna try implementing them for a certain amount of time. Once you've implemented them, you're gonna have some type of results. Some of them might be good. You'll realize, oh, you know what, when I did this, this, and this, I felt so good and I felt so much better. But when I did this and that, I felt worse. You've gotten results. With those results, you've gotten more knowledge, and you can decide to scrap the ones that didn't work, keep the ones that did, and add a few extra to see if something else will work better, okay? And then you put those into action, and then you get results, which gives you more knowledge. You know what I'm saying? It just keeps going. I love this kind of stuff. Oh my gosh. that's really all I have for you today. I felt really compelled to make this video. I wasn't going to. It's been on my heart for like 3-4 weeks now, and I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. And I feel like God took away every other option of video that I wanted to do, because God was like, no, you're gonna do this thing. So all the backpacking trips I was trying to go on and plan for all these different weekends, they weren't working out. It wasn't working out. It's okay though. I'm here. I made the video. I truly hope that it is beneficial and that it helps someone to feel just a little bit better. And if this has helped you, please comment below and just say, this helped. Yeah, let a sister know. Let me know what you think. And let me know what are the 5 things that make you feel good and balanced and in a good place. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. Hopefully now that I'm done with this one, the backpacking can continue. And I look forward to seeing you guys back here with another video. Y'all have a good one.